Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm here to give you 5 things which I believe we learnt from the game against Norwich, which we lost 1-0 at home. It made it 3 league defeats in a row. Form is not good right now, and it is hard being a Luton fan, I have to admit. But I'm going to start this video off by being positive, and the first thing we learned from the game against Norwich is that Zack Nelson is definitely going to be one for the future. I thought his performance, despite what's happening at the moment, was really good. I thought it was really positive with his passing. We saw against Norwich that his set pieces, they're actually not that bad. They were whipped in with a bit of pace, and we did create a few chances from those set pieces. One which was Elijah Adebayo, he had a free header, Tom Holmes at the back post, and then there was a lot of other ones which caused a problem. So going forward in terms of the set piece department, Alfie doesn't have to take every single one. We can switch it up. We can use Alfie maybe for a couple, and if he's not doing a good job, then you can switch it to Zack Nelson, switch it to Clark. You can change it about a little bit. You don't have to keep having the same person. But Zack was the man that took the set pieces, and I thought he did a good job. But I thought his overall performance was really good. I thought it was positive, and it was, you know, when you've got a lot of negative stuff around at the moment, it's nice to have these positive moments. But I do feel for him because we are not performing well, but he's definitely being a standout, and what a way to claim a first team spot within the side by putting in good performances in when you get given your opportunity. Now is probably the best time to start putting in those performances, and he will get given a run if he carries this on. The second thing which we learned about from the game against Norwich is defensively, again, I thought we were really good, but I do want to pick out one player from our defence, and that is McGuinness. Who knew he had a long throw? Did it just happen in training that he just thought, you know what, I'm just going to launch this into the box? And then everyone's just looked at each other and gone, since when did you have a long throw on you? That was an interesting game plan which we tried to use against Norwich, and I kind of understood it. But McGuinness is the one which I actually kind of want in the box, not the one taking the long throw. Look, I'm not against it. Away from home, it will probably work a little bit better because he will have more of a run-up to take the long throw. Of course, at Luton, with us being really close to the pitch, you don't really have that room to take the long throw. But I thought McGuinness, one, it was a good defensive performance. I feel like he's getting better. I mentioned this against Swansea. I do think he's getting better. But the long throw into the box added another bit to his game. Certainly we can use and exploit going forward. Moving on to the third thing which we learnt from the game. And again, I feel like I've been repeating myself here. But this is where the video does start to get a little bit negative. I do apologise. Adebayo and Morris, they're not working, is it? I feel like I keep banging the same old drum when I keep talking about these two players in particular. Elijah has been really poor. He has been absolutely terrible in terms of winning battles, losing the ball too easily, the passing. I don't think it's a lack of effort. There is effort there. I do see him pressing. I just don't think we're playing to his strengths, which is another problem which I keep mentioning. Same with Morris as well. It's just not working. Can we just play with one of them up top, or one of them alongside a Woodrow or Taylor? It needs to change going forward because we're so predictable when attacking, and it's so frustrating. I have to admit, it's so frustrating watching us perform because we are predictable at times. But then again, there was 1 or 2 moments against Norwich where we actually offered something a little bit different, where we did actually have a counter-attack. Chong on the left-hand side, counter-attacking from a corner. That was something I've not seen that much this season. We offered something a little bit different. But them two in particular, look, we're not having massive amount of shots on target. So when your strikers are not having those attempts at goal, how are you meant to score? And, you know, Morris, I can't remember him actually having an opportunity. There was one decent moment where he should have shot first time of asking, but he took that extra touch, and then I think he got close down and it went out for a corner. Stuff like that, those fine margins in football. As I said before, you know, we're now in the business end of the season. It's the second half. You have results matter now. It doesn't really, performances doesn't really. I don't really care about performances. I used to care. In the first half of the season, I cared. Now it's about results. But the problem which I've got is we're not performing. We're not getting results. we perform sometimes, let's put it at that, but we're not getting the points to show for it at all now. And we are sleepwalking to the bottom three. The last 15 league games show that. Because if you look at the last 15 league games, we're in the bottom three in terms of our form. So it's something which has got to get better. And then moving on to the fourth thing which we learned from the game, the late subs. Again, the late subs. I don't understand what Edwards thinks is going to happen when you make 4 subs in the 84th minute. I mentioned it in my match reaction yesterday that it takes about 5 minutes for a player to come on the pitch and have a feel of the game. Even if you're a striker, sometimes you just need that extra touch or that one touch just to set yourself, or you might need to just do one good moment properly. For like 84 minutes, when you've come on the 84th minute, it's not enough. It sometimes does take 5 minutes to get into the swing of things. And when you only got given 4 minutes added on when the 90 minute came to the 90th minute, that's not enough. You know, that's 10 minutes overall, and it takes about 5 minutes to get into the game. So probably for the last 5 minutes they were probably a little bit ready. It's not enough. I don't understand why we didn't make him a lot sooner. Now I get Edwards' point about we were on top, the momentum was there, but then Norwich scored. That's when you do it, you make it. And everyone who was sitting around me in the Kenny, we were looking at what they were doing, and they were just chatting to each other. They were chatting, just having a conversation for 10 minutes. It can't be that difficult to work out. If we're seeing it, now he makes these stupid remarks about being the 10,000 managers in the stand. Well, a lot of us would have made the change a lot sooner than what you would have done. I'm not saying it would have worked, but we would have made the change sooner. And I just feel like the late subs, it also killed it a little bit as well, because we didn't create many opportunities when we brought the 4 subs on. So it just shows you, it was just a last roll of the dice, and it was just like, just hoping form or a goal would change something. It's frustrating. And to end this video, the 5th thing which we've learnt from the game, and I just say it like this: we've got one league game in the next 15 days. That's the perfect time to change your manager. Let's be honest with ourselves. Against Nottingham Forest, we ain't going through. I know the magic of the cup, anything can happen, but with the way Nottingham Forest are playing, with the way we're playing, especially away from home, I cannot see us getting progressing to the next round of the cup. I kind of would rather have had Forest at home than away. I can't see it. So you can allow caretaker boss and interim boss to be in charge of the game against Nottingham Forest. That could be McArthur or one of the academy coaches like Alex Lawless, who manages the under-21s. You can have them manage that, and then we can look for the next manager. You've got that. It's a big period. That's a good chunk of the January transfer window. I know we're going to be busy trying to do negotiations, trying to sign some players. It's probably not the right time either, because players want to know who they're signing for. That's why you've got to be a bit ruthless. You've got to be a bit quick. And if I'm being honest with you, some people may not like this shout, but Stephen Schumacher, the ex, Plymouth Argyle and Stoke manager, I would happily take him, by the way. Just a phone call away. Just saying. So we need to do something. We need to be proactive, and we need to be ruthless, because look, this can't continue. That's the end of the video. Drop a like, comment below what you learnt from the game. Please don't just comment, get rid of Edwards. Please show me a little bit more than that. I know it's hard. Please. I've read the same comment for the last couple of times I've done these types of videos, so I can understand. But please show me a bit different for this one. And yeah, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in my next video.